So, good morning or good night, depending on where you are in the world, and welcome to another album review of The Chill Dude on a Couch. I'm your host, Hector, and today we're going to talk about the brand new album by the band Nothing New, which came out last Friday, and it's called A Path to Redemption and Ruin. So, this is a band, they have three members. It's Andrew, who sings, Jerry, who plays guitar and bass, and Sean, who plays more, I think, of the lead guitars. And I interviewed the band before twice. They're more, they make albums. They're not a touring band. They make their albums when they can. And they just released this one. And they describe the sound as metal from the South with no boundaries. So they're from Alabama, and they mix some doom, death metal, stoner, and black metal to their sound. And I think other things that they mix that I'm going to talk about in this here review. So the album has 8 tracks and it's 47 minutes in length. So I'm going to talk about like 2 tracks simultaneously. For example, the Infestate and I think it's like 2B's Beach, Bullet. Those are the 2 opening tracks. So sorry, I think I wrote the second name wrong. God damn it. But okay, the first 2 tracks, they're more doom sludge. And that's the sound that they have on the first 2 tracks. Then they follow with 2 more tracks, Prophet's Control and Sirocco of Locust. And those are more of like, they mix some of like grunge sound, but like more like heavy, doomier grunge. Think of, I named this like swamp grunge in that style. And Sirocco is more like, it's more of an instrumental track, but it has the like slow trotting, but grungy sounds. I think of bands like, like Tad, who had like grunge, but it was more like harsher.
There, go back. But play it even slower.
That type of style. Then you have more songs that are more death metal with The Crown and the Criteria, more doom metal. And you have songs like Deafening Crepitus, which is the shortest track on the record. It's 2 minutes, and that's more like straight up death metal. But they saved the best for the last 2 tracks on the record, in my opinion. You have In the Pouring Song, which is the single they had, and this one has a cool guitar tone to it. I thought there were more like grungy vibes to that one. Like I said, swamp grunge. And it has like a cool like guitar part at the end that goes into the last track on this record. And the last track on this record is the longest track, and it's called A Brutal Loss. And A Brutal Loss is, pardon me, a 17-minute track. And you're like, whoa, because besides the other tracks, they have like a 5-minute, they have like shorter tracks. So they went bold for the ending and had like a long track. And this track has a little bit of everything. It has some like spoken word part, like some guitar solos, clean guitar solos. I wouldn't say it's a prog song. I think it's like that slow, like doom type of track, but it's a proggier doom, if you will. And they play with the tempo, and then at the end of the song, it gets more death metal, more harsher. So they do like different like elements to change it here and there. The part of the spoken word, I was listening to what they were saying. I think Sean and his wife, it's a conversation or something. They recorded something and they put it in the song, and they're talking, I think, about someone who has died. And that's what I could get from the gist of the conversation. But it breaks up the track and gives it a more like, when you get spoken word, sometimes it can be tricky, but I think it adds to the track so you can get like more of an idea of what the track is about, because most of Andrew's vocals are pretty harsh, so you have to really pay attention in some parts. But I think it works. It's a longer track. They play with the riffing, and they have some clean guitar sounding solos on that track that I really like it. So I think it gives you a sense of like what they like about losing someone, and I think they made it a long track because it's a brutal loss. So there has to be a story behind that. So I think it's a great album closer, and I think it pushes the boundaries of what they want to do. So this is the band's, I believe, third record, if I'm not mistaken, and they're like grown with the sound. They experiment, and you can tell that they listen to different types of music because they put it. It's not just like doom all the way. I think they add some other elements, to give the music more variety. So I want to know from you, Couchers, what do you think of Nothing New, A Path to Redemption and Ruin? If you haven't checked the band out, you can check them out, and I'll put the last interview that I did with the band. It was for their previous effort. But if you like your doom with some sludginess to it and some grit, listen to Nothing New, A Path to Redemption and Ruin. It has been out 1 week. I think you can listen to it digitally and support the band if you will. So, Cultures, let me know what are your favorite tracks from this record. Comment down below and let me know about other bands that you like me to talk about. So, until next time, Cultures, this is Hector, the Shield Dude on the couch, and I'll see you all right here on the couch. Thank you and goodbye.